Imagine opening your eyes tomorrow morning with a startling revelation. The person staring back at you in the mirror might be a stranger. Every choice you've made, every belief you cherish, every dream that drives you forward, what if none of it truly belongs to you? What if your entire identity is nothing more than an elaborate performance choreographed by invisible forces you've never questioned? This isn't just philosophical speculation. It's the beginning of the most important journey you'll ever take, the journey to discover your authentic self. Most people spend their entire lives wearing masks they never knew they put on. They follow scripts written by others, chase dreams that aren't their own, and suppress their deepest truths to fit into boxes that were never meant for them. But what happens when you finally decide to remove the mask? What happens when you stop living someone else's life and start living your own? Today, we're diving deep into one of psychology's most profound insights, the idea that your real life hasn't even started yet. Not until you discover who you truly are beneath all the layers of conditioning, expectation, and fear that have shaped your existence. From your very first breath, the world began molding you. Parents, teachers, peers, and society at large created a blueprint for who you should be. You learned quickly which parts of yourself were acceptable and which needed to be hidden away. You discovered that conformity brought rewards, while authenticity often led to rejection. This process happens so gradually, so subtly, that most people never recognize it. They adapt, they conform, and slowly but surely, they lose touch with their genuine selves. They build what psychologists call a persona, a carefully constructed public face designed to gain acceptance and navigate social situations. But here's the critical insight. The more you identify with this mask, the more you forget there's a real person underneath it. Think about your own life for a moment. How many of your daily decisions are truly yours? How many of your opinions were genuinely formed through your own experience rather than absorbed from your environment? When was the last time you made a choice based purely on what felt right to you, regardless of what others might think? The uncomfortable truth is that most people are strangers to themselves. They've spent so long playing roles that they've forgotten there was ever an actor beneath the performance. While you've been busy constructing this acceptable public identity, something else has been growing in the darkness, your shadow self. This isn't some evil alter ego waiting to destroy your life. It's actually the repository of all your rejected qualities, suppressed emotions, and untapped potential. Every time you told yourself, "I'm not the type of person who does that," you fed your shadow. Every dream you dismissed as unrealistic, every emotion you labeled as inappropriate, every aspect of yourself you deemed unacceptable, all of it lives in your shadow, waiting to be reclaimed. Here's where it gets fascinating. The shadow doesn't just disappear because you ignore it. Instead, it influences your behavior in ways you don't recognize. It shows up in your unexpected emotional reactions, your unconscious patterns, and especially in what irritates you about other people. Have you ever met someone who instantly annoyed you, but you couldn't quite explain why? Often, what we dislike in others reflects qualities we've rejected in ourselves. The ambitious person who seems selfish might be triggering your own suppressed drive for success. The emotional person who seems weak might be reflecting your own rejected sensitivity. But what if these rejected parts of yourself aren't your enemies? What if they're actually the missing pieces you need to become whole? Beneath the surface of your conscious mind lies an even deeper layer of influence, universal patterns that have shaped human behavior for millennia. These archetypal forces operate like psychological blueprints, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and actions in ways you rarely recognize. Consider the part of you that yearns for adventure, growth, and meaningful challenges. This is your inner hero, the aspect of yourself that refuses to settle for mediocrity and constantly pushes you towards something greater. But this heroic impulse doesn't exist in isolation. It's always accompanied by the very fears and limitations you're trying to overcome. Or think about the part of you that seeks wisdom, understanding, and deeper meaning. This is your inner sage, the aspect that questions surface-level answers and searches for profound truths. Yet this wisdom-seeking part might also manifest as overthinking, analysis paralysis, or an inability to take action. These internal forces are constantly interacting, creating the complex web of motivations, conflicts, and desires that make up your inner life. Most people experience this as confusion or internal struggle, but it's actually a sign of incredible richness and potential. The key isn't to eliminate these conflicting forces, it's to understand them, integrate them, and harness their combined power. Now we come to the most radical insight of all. The you that you think you are isn't real, not in the way you imagine it to be. Most people carry around a mental image of themselves, a story about who they are, what they're capable of, and what their limitations are. This story feels incredibly real and important because it provides a sense of stability and continuity in an uncertain world. But this fixed identity is actually a prison. It's a collection of beliefs, memories, and assumptions that keep you trapped in familiar patterns. Every time you say, "I'm just not good at that," or "that's not who I am," you're reinforcing these invisible walls. The truth is far more liberating. You are not a fixed entity moving through time. You are a dynamic, ever-evolving consciousness with unlimited potential for growth and transformation. The person you were yesterday doesn't have to be the person you are today. The limitations you accepted in the past don't have to define your future. This doesn't mean your past experiences don't matter or that you should ignore your history. It means recognizing that you are always in the process of becoming, always capable of change, always more than the story you tell yourself. So, how do you begin this journey of genuine self-discovery? How do you strip away the layers of conditioning and find your authentic core? First, you must develop the courage to sit with yourself in silence. In our constantly connected world, we become masters of distraction. We fill every quiet moment with noise, activity, or stimulation. But it's in the silence that you begin to hear your true voice. Start paying attention to your dreams, your sudden insights, your emotional reactions that seem disproportionate to their triggers. These are messages from your unconscious mind, offering clues about the hidden aspects of yourself that are seeking integration. Second, begin questioning everything. Your beliefs about yourself, your assumptions about what's possible, your ideas about what you should be doing with your life. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is this actually mine? Or did I absorb it from someone else? What would I believe if I had to form this opinion completely on my own? Third, start experimenting with being someone different. Not in a fake or performative way, but by allowing suppressed aspects of yourself to emerge. If you've always seen yourself as serious, try being playful. If you've always been accommodating, practice setting boundaries. If you've always been cautious, take some calculated risks. Fourth, embrace your contradictions. You don't have to be consistent. You can be both strong and vulnerable, both confident and uncertain, both logical and intuitive. These apparent contradictions aren't flaws. They're signs of a rich, complex inner life. When you truly begin this journey of self-discovery, something remarkable happens. The world doesn't just look different, it becomes different. Opportunities that were invisible before suddenly appear. Relationships that felt forced become effortless. Work that felt like drudgery transforms into meaningful contribution. You stop seeking external validation because you found internal worth. You stop fearing judgment because you've accepted all aspects of yourself. You stop living in the past or worrying about the future because you're fully present to the richness of this moment. This isn't about becoming perfect or eliminating all problems from your life. It's about becoming authentic, aligned with your deepest truth, integrated across all aspects of yourself, and free to express your unique gifts in the world. The person you've been pretending to be, the identity you've constructed to navigate the world safely, that was just preparation. It was necessary for survival, but it was never meant to be your final destination. Your real life, the life of authentic self-expression, genuine relationships, meaningful contribution, and deep fulfillment, has been waiting patiently for you to claim it. But it requires something most people are unwilling to give: the courage to let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you actually are. The journey isn't easy. It requires facing fears you've spent years avoiding, questioning beliefs you've held sacred, and venturing into territories of yourself you've never explored. But the alternative, continuing to live as a stranger to yourself, is far more frightening. So the question isn't whether you're ready for this transformation. The question is, how much longer are you willing to wait? How many more days will you spend living someone else's life when your authentic existence is calling to you? The path to your true self has always been there. You've always had access to this deeper identity. You've always possessed the wisdom, strength, and authenticity you've been seeking outside yourself. The only thing that's ever been missing is your willingness to look within, to face what you find there with compassion and curiosity, and to have the courage to live as who you truly are. Your real life is waiting. The question is, are you ready to begin?